Hi, welcome to this YouTube video. Today we'll be exploring different types of lighting techniques and setups that are used in movies and shows. I'll be demonstrating these through examples from movies and showing you the setups myself. Let's get on with it. A quick overlook at lighting. Lighting in filmmaking is one of the things that can and will change everything about your project. If mastered correctly, your shots in short films can even look like the award-winning movies you see in cinemas today. There are many different lighting techniques that are used in filmmaking, so many that there is simply not enough time to cover them all. So today, we will go over some of the basic equipment and techniques within the cinematography world. This includes 3-point lighting setup, hard and soft lighting, spot lighting, and lastly, reflector boards and gels. 3-point lighting setups. The 3-point lighting setup includes, you guessed it, 3 lights: key light, fill light, and backlight. Key light. This light is the primary source in a 3-point lighting setup. It's typically positioned on the light stand slightly off to the side of the camera at a 45-degree angle to it, and in front of the subject. This primary light sets the mood of a scene depending on its position and the supplemental lights used in the overall setting. This light can create a high-key image, one that is even, softly lit and atmospherically upbeat, or it can create a low-key image, one that consists of high contrast, deep shadows, and is overall very moody. A key light on its own isn't very flattering for the subjects, so to improve this, fill lights are used. Fill light. This light is placed in a way that mirrors the key light, meaning it's placed on the opposite side of the camera. This light is usually less bright than the key light. A fill light quite literally fills in the shadows that the key light creates on the subject, bringing out details from the dark, and it can be used to control the moods of the shot. A dim fill light creates high contrasts and gives the shot a film noir type of shadow, whereas a brighter fill light gives the subjects a more balanced and even look. And lastly, backlight. The final light to the 3-point lighting setup is backlight. Typically, cinematographers position the backlight directly behind the subject or high enough to be out of frame and opposite the key light. This light points at the back of the subject's neck. This creates a rim of light or outline around the subject's head that pushes the subject away from the background and gives a sense of depth to the audience. Hard lighting. Hard lighting creates shadows with a sharp edge, usually having a hard transition from light to dark on the subject. Hard lighting is created by a strongly focused light traveling from a relatively small single-point light source. A good example of this source would be the sun. The flash in a camera is also a hard light source. Soft lighting. Soft light is light that creates shadows on a subject with gradual transition from light to dark. There are no hard shadow lines. This lighting technique is created from a scattered or diffused light source. A good example of this would be the clouds which diffuse the hard light source, the sun. This light is useful as it can set a calm and peaceful atmosphere for the scenes in a movie. Reflector boards and gels. Reflector boards are simple flat pieces of material with a reflective surface on one side that are independent from any light source. You can use these to create a broader, directional light source when there isn't enough sufficient ambient light for a pleasing exposure. They can also be used to control the shadows and highlight contrasts in various lighting situations. Lighting gel sheets are used primarily to change or filter the color of light. They come in several different types and colors, such as blue, red, yellow, and green. Gels in filmmaking are used to change the atmosphere of the scene and to create a certain effect on it for the audience. This effect can range from police lights to a bar or pub atmosphere where there are many different coloured lights. That's all for today. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. Like and subscribe.